I want to transition to another subject, and I just feel like sitting here because that's what I want to do in my own damn studio. I want to move on to Isiah Thomas, Hall of Famer Isiah Thomas, two-time NBA champion Isiah Thomas, that dude from the Bad Boy Pistons. He made headlines this week when he appeared on the Draymond Green show. Thomas says he wants a public apology from the one and only Michael Jordan for calling him a, quote, asshole, end quote, on the docuseries The Last Dance. Isiah Thomas reaffirmed that he is not planning to forgive Jordan anytime soon.
Where is your relationship at today? And is that salvageable?
Dude, no.
Not salvageable.
No. This dude got on national television, international television, and called me an asshole, somebody who's been really good to him. And until he apologizes on international television, we ain't no conversation. You can't apologize and have a private dinner when you done embarrass me publicly. If you didn't mean it, say it publicly. Now, if you meant it, let it stand. I'm good with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Isiah Thomas is a friend. I love him dearly. Always have, always will. We go back decades. I got a lot of love for my brother Michael Jordan as well. So I'm down the middle on this, simply giving you the facts as I know them to be. Michael Jordan doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care if he ever speaks to Isiah Thomas in life again. He's not fond of him. Period. Michael Jordan feels the way that he feels about Isiah Thomas, dating back to their competitive days when Michael Jordan was on the come up as a member of the Chicago Bulls and Isiah Thomas was winning championships, competing for championships, fending off Boston and LA before ultimately capturing back-to-back titles in the late 80s. Jordan has never, nor will ever, get over it. Some of the stuff that transpired in his mind, it is what it is. He's not going to like Bill Laimbeer. He tolerated Rodman because he needed Rodman to ultimately help him win a three-peat the second go-round in Chicago in the late 90s. But Jordan is just not that fond of Isiah Thomas. Whether it's justified or not is for them to discuss. As it pertains to Isiah Thomas, here's what he has to understand. I love the quote that Isiah Thomas gave Draymond Green. I'm actually proud of my man for giving that quote. You know why? Because I believe Isiah cared too much. Once his playing days were over, and he was ultimately going to become a part owner, and ultimately going to become a coach, and ultimately going to become a president of basketball operations, along with a bevy of other things that Isiah Thomas does because he's absolutely positively brilliant as a businessman, and he's always got opportunities, and he's always making things happen. I personally felt that Isiah Thomas cared too damn much about what Jordan or somebody else said. If somebody don't like you or somebody considers you an asshole, hell with them. They ain't making anything more difficult for your life. That's just one less person to wonder about. You know where they stand and you move on. In my opinion, that wasn't always Isiah Thomas. He actually cared. And it actually hurt him a great deal when Jordan said he was an asshole in The Last Dance docuseries. When, in my opinion, it should have neither been a surprise, nor should it have been anything he cared about. Because everyone knows that Isiah Thomas is one of the greatest players and the greatest point guards in the history of basketball. And everybody knows Jordan is one of, if not the greatest, who has ever lived. Both of them are universally respected. Both of them belong in the same room in the Hall of Fame. There's an elevated room. There's levels. There might be a Hall of Fame building, but there's a third floor, second floor, third floor. Third floor, second floor, first floor. And the highest floor that Michael Jordan would be in, that LeBron James would be in, that Kobe Bryant would be in, that Shaquille O'Neal would be in, that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would be in, that Tim Duncan would be in, that Larry Bird would be in, that Magic Johnson would be in, Isiah Thomas would be in it too. We all know that Isiah Thomas should have been on the original Dream Team. We all know that politics played a significant role in keeping Isiah Thomas, was the only role that kept Isiah Thomas off the team. We know good and damn well that as great as John Stockton is, and as much of a Hall of Fame player he is, he had no business being on that team ahead of Isiah Thomas, and damn sure no Christian Laettner, who was the College Player of the Year coming into the pros. He certainly didn't belong on the team ahead of Isiah Thomas. Politics kept Isiah Thomas off of the original Dream Team, which is the greatest team ever assembled in the history of basketball. Politics. What role Jordan played in that? Don't know. What role Scottie Pippen or Karl Malone played in it? Don't know. Was it wrong what happened to Isiah Thomas? Yes. But there's no crime against people not liking other people. There's no crime against that. Michael Jordan has personally told me that Isiah Thomas is the second greatest point guard in the history of basketball behind Irvin Magic Johnson. He has always felt that way, and he will never change. Isiah Thomas has personally told me that he was grateful to Jordan forever because when he was an owner for the Toronto Raptors as an expansion team, Jordan had a game the night before, and he swore that Jordan may not have come to Toronto because it was the second night of a back-to-back and because he might not have wanted to help Isiah. And Jordan showed up and showed out. And because of that, Isiah Thomas was always appreciative and respectful. But in the end, if people don't get along, they don't get along. And the greatest part of that video was that Isiah Thomas said, hey, that's how you feel about me, stand on it. Until he apologizes, I don't have anything to say to him. That's cool. That's exactly how he should have felt from day one. Because that's how Jordan feels. Until he doesn't. That's just the way it is. Lesson for all of us. Don't spend energy wasted on somebody who don't give a damn about you. Learn not to give a damn about them. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. The stress that gets alleviated is quite significant.